In this video, I'd like to introduce you to summary statistics. Statistics is a collection, evaluation, interpretation of data or measurements. Statistical analysis can help us verify the quality of a design or a process. The average value of a variable, like rainfall depth, is one type of statistic that indicates central tendency. It gives an indication of the center of the data. The median and mode are two other indications of central tendency. But often we need to know more than just where the data is centrally located. We need details on how much a quantity can vary. Statistical dispersion is the variability or spread of data. How far away from the average or the middle or the central tendency does the data vary? The range, standard deviation, and interquartile range are indications of dispersion. Even more detail about a variable can be shown by a frequency distribution, which shows a summary of the data in a graphical way. Values distributed throughout the range of values is indicated on the frequency distribution. Frequency distributions can be shown by frequency tables, histograms, box plots, or other summaries. The mean is the most frequently used measure of central tendency. You may also realize it's called the average. That's probably what you've heard. It is strongly influenced by outliers, which are very large or very small data values that do not seem to fit with the majority of the data. To calculate the mean, you need to take all of your values that you have measured and add them up. That's what this little E here, this is a sigma, Greek letter sigma, which means sum. You're going to sum all of your values, and then you're going to divide by the number of values that you have. Let's look at this data set. We have 3, 7, 12, 17, 21, 21, 23, 27, 32, 36, and 44. Let's say this is rainfall data for the 12 months or 11 months. So the sum of the values, we're going to add them all up using our calculator. We get 243, and then when I count, there are 11 values, so we're missing 1 month out of the year. To find the mean or the average, we take the sum, that's what this E means, this sigma means, take the sum, divide by the number. So the average rainfall for these 11 months could be 22.09. Here's a note about rounding in statistics. As a general rule, do not round until the final answer. If you're writing down the results that you're getting and from your calculator, you can round values when you're just writing them down, but make sure that you keep the unrounded number in your calculator or stored in the calculator's memory. If you need help storing values in your calculator memory, please see the instructor. For the mean, round to one more decimal place than the original data. So for our rainfall example that we saw on the previous slide, our data was all given to the whole number, so we would round to the tenths place. For standard deviation, you also need to round to one more decimal place than the original data. In this case, the result of the mean calculation is 22.09 with the 09 repeating. Notice that the bar above the 09 indicates a repeating decimal. Keep this number saved in your calculator if you will need it for the future calculations, such as standard deviation, which you will find an example of in a following video. Report the mean to one more decimal place than the original data. Since the original data is reported in whole numbers, report the mean to one decimal place, or the correct answer would be 22.1. These rounding rules are important, so you may want to write them down in your notebook so that you can remember. So our reported mean, 22.1. The most frequently occurring value in a set of data is the mode. It's a measure of central tendency whose symbol is capital M. Look at our data set. It's important to note that one number occurs more often than the others. 21, there are two occurrences of 21. Every other data value has only one occurrence. Therefore, 21 is the mode. There could be no mode where all of the values occur each just a single time, but the mode is the most frequently occurring value. Sometimes more than one number can be occurring the same as another, and that if there's two numbers that occur the same amount of frequency, then that's a bimodal set. If there are more than two numbers that have equal frequency and is the most, then we call that a multimodal set. So let's determine the mode of this set of numbers. Take a second and decide for yourself, what do you think it is? Did you choose 63? It occurs twice. Let's look at another set of data. Determine the mode of this set of data. Take a second. This set is bimodal. Did you choose 63 and 59? Both 63 and 59 occur twice, which is the most frequent of any of the numbers. So this is a bimodal set. How about the mode of this last set of numbers? Did you choose 63, 59, and 48? Here, three numbers all occur twice, making this a multimodal set. The median divides the data into two sets which contain an equal number of data values. In order to find, symbol is X with a little squirrely up above, pronounce X tilde. First, arrange the data in sequential order. Once in sequential order, the value that occurs in the middle of the data set is the median. If there is an odd number of data values, there is a single value in the middle. So here it is, 21 for this set of values. If there is an even number of values, the two middle values are averaged with the result being the median. So I'm going to take the two numbers in the middle, 21 and 23, add them together, and divide by 2. So the median is 22. Lastly, let's talk about range. A range is a measure of data variation. The range is the difference between the largest number and the smallest number that occur in a set of data. The symbol we use to denote range is capital R. Let's take a look at this data set. So it makes it easier to do the range if you have them in sequential order. So to find the range here, I simply take 44 and I subtract 3. So my range for this set of data is 41. That's a brief introduction to some general summary statistics. I hope you found this video helpful. It's now your turn to show that you have learned the material. Please go to your assignment and work numbers 1, 2, and 3.